Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a crucial topic: forcing yourself to take action. Whether it's starting a new habit, finishing a long overdue project, or simply getting out of bed on a tough day, taking action is often the hardest step. But don't worry, because today we're going to break it down and make it manageable. We all have moments when we know what we need to do, but we just can't seem to get started. It might be the thought of starting a new habit, like exercising regularly or eating healthier. Maybe it's finally tackling that project that's been hanging over your head for weeks, months, or even years. Or perhaps it's simply finding the motivation to get out of bed on a day when everything feels overwhelming. These situations are incredibly common, and it's important to understand why taking that first step can be so challenging. Often it's not about laziness or lack of desire. Instead, it's about facing internal barriers like fear, lack of motivation, and feeling overwhelmed. Fear can manifest as a fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success and the changes it might bring. Lack of motivation can stem from not having a clear reason or purpose driving you forward. Feeling overwhelmed can happen when a task or goal seems too big to tackle, making it hard to know where to start. But here's the good news: by understanding these barriers and using practical strategies, you can make taking action much more manageable. In this video, we'll explore how to break down your goals into smaller, more achievable steps, how to create motivation rather than waiting for it to appear, and how to deal with the feeling of being overwhelmed. We'll also share some simple yet effective techniques to get you moving, even when you don't feel like it. So stay tuned as we dive into each of these topics and provide you with tools and insights to help you take action and achieve your goals. Remember, every big achievement starts with that first small step. And today we're going to help you take it. First things first, let's talk about why we struggle to take action. It often comes down to three main reasons: fear, lack of motivation, and overwhelm. Understanding these barriers is the first step in overcoming them. Let's delve deeper into each of these through the wisdom and teachings of Stoic philosophers. Fear. Fear can manifest in various ways and is a significant barrier to taking action. Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This profound quote highlights how fear is often a product of our minds, magnifying potential failures and obstacles far beyond their actual impact. Seneca's advice was to confront our fears directly by visualizing the worst-case scenario and realizing that we have the strength and resilience to endure it. For instance, consider someone who wants to start a new business but is paralyzed by the fear of failure. Seneca would encourage this person to meticulously consider what would truly happen if the business venture failed. Would it be catastrophic or merely a challenging but surmountable setback? By confronting this fear head-on and understanding that one can handle the consequences, the fear diminishes in power, allowing the person to take the initial steps toward starting their business. This approach not only reduces anxiety but also builds the mental fortitude necessary to face future challenges. Lack of motivation. Motivation is the drive that pushes us to take action, but it's not always easy to come by. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. He advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This philosophy teaches us to set clear, achievable goals within our control and to commit to them wholeheartedly, without being swayed by external factors beyond our influence. Consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Despite his immense responsibilities, personal challenges, and the constant pressures of leading an empire, Marcus made it a point to write in his journal every day, reminding himself of his duties and principles. His commitment to Stoic practices, like journaling and reflection, kept him motivated to live a virtuous life and fulfill his role as a leader. Marcus found motivation in his dedication to his principles and his role, exemplifying how defining your why and focusing on what you can control can ignite the motivation needed to take consistent action, even in the face of overwhelming circumstances. Overwhelm happens when we perceive a task or goal as too large or too complex to tackle. The Stoics believed in breaking down overwhelming tasks into manageable parts. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Stick with the situation at hand." This advice encourages us to take life one step at a time, focusing on what we can handle in the present moment, rather than being daunted by the enormity of the entire task. A practical example of this Stoic approach is the exercise of negative visualization, where you imagine the loss of the things you take for granted. This practice helps to prioritize what truly matters and to simplify your approach to tasks. If you are overwhelmed by a large project, break it down into smaller, actionable steps and focus on completing them one at a time. This method transforms the overall goal into a series of achievable tasks, making it less intimidating and more manageable. By adhering to this approach, you reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed and enhance your ability to achieve your objectives. Understanding these barriers, fear, lack of motivation, and overwhelm is crucial because it helps you identify the reasons behind your struggle to take action. By recognizing these barriers and applying the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, you can develop effective strategies to address and overcome them. This process paves the way for more consistent and effective action-taking, enabling you to achieve your goals and lead a more fulfilling life. The 5-second rule is based on the idea that our minds are naturally inclined to protect us from discomfort or uncertainty. When faced with a task or goal that requires effort or involves risk, our brain often responds with hesitation or procrastination. This hesitation is a result of our innate desire to avoid discomfort and maintain the status quo. When you use the 5-second rule, you're essentially employing a deliberate interruption to this pattern of hesitation. Here's a more detailed breakdown of how it works. Triggering action the moment you have an impulse or idea to act on a goal, whether it's starting a new habit, making a difficult phone call, or beginning a daunting task, you immediately initiate the countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This technique capitalizes on the principle of behavioral activation, which is a key concept in psychology that emphasizes taking immediate action to overcome procrastination and inertia. When you experience the impulse or thought to start something, it's often accompanied by a surge of motivation or intention. However, hesitation and doubts can quickly follow, causing you to delay or abandon the idea altogether. By initiating the countdown, starting from 5 and counting down to 1, you create a sense of urgency and commitment to act swiftly. The countdown serves as a cognitive switch that redirects your focus from potential obstacles or fears to the task at hand. It interrupts the cycle of overthinking and self-doubt that can lead to procrastination. Moreover, counting down engages your brain's prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and planning. This part of the brain responds well to structured tasks and clear instructions. When you count down, you activate this area of the brain and initiate a sequence of actions that moves you closer to your goal. For example, imagine you have been meaning to make a difficult phone call to resolve an issue. When the thought crosses your mind, you might initially feel reluctant or anxious about the conversation. Instead of allowing these feelings to dominate and potentially prevent you from making the call, you immediately start the 5-second countdown. As you count down, you mentally prepare yourself to pick up the phone and dial the number. By the time you reach 1, you are already taking action, overcoming the initial resistance that could have held you back. The effectiveness of this technique lies in its simplicity and immediacy. It leverages the psychological principle of momentum. Once you initiate action, it becomes easier to continue moving forward. Each time you use the 5-second rule and follow through with action, you reinforce a pattern of decisiveness and self-discipline. Over time, this habit of immediate action can transform how you approach challenges and goals, making you more proactive and effective in achieving them. Creating urgency. Counting down creates a sense of urgency and decisiveness by leveraging the psychological principle of priming and immediate action. When you initiate the countdown starting from 5 and counting down to 1, it triggers a rapid shift in your mental state. Here's how it works in more detail. Psychological priming. The act of counting down serves as a form of psychological priming, a concept rooted in cognitive psychology that involves preparing the mind for a specific action or response. When you initiate the countdown starting from 5 and counting down to 1, it triggers a cascade of mental processes that facilitate immediate engagement and readiness for action. Preparing for action. Counting down primes your brain by signaling that an important event or action is imminent. This preparation activates the brain's prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and planning. It shifts your mental state from passive contemplation to active readiness, making you more inclined to take decisive steps toward your goal. Focusing attention. The countdown directs your attention toward the task at hand. It acts as a focal point that channels your mental energy away from distractions or negative thoughts that could hinder your progress. By narrowing your focus on the impending action, you reduce cognitive load and increase mental clarity, enabling you to initiate the desired behavior more effectively. Creating momentum. Psychological priming through countdowns creates momentum for action. It initiates a sequence of behavioral cues that build upon each other, leading to a smoother transition from intention to execution. As you count down, each number reinforces your commitment and resolve, strengthening your determination to follow through with the planned action. For instance, consider the scenario of needing to make a challenging phone call. As you prepare to dial the number, you might hesitate due to fear of rejection or uncertainty about the conversation's outcome. By implementing the 5-second countdown, you activate psychological priming. Each number -5, 4, 3, 2, 1 heightens your awareness and readiness, reducing hesitancy and boosting your confidence to initiate the call. In summary, psychological priming through countdowns prepares your mind for action by signaling importance, focusing attention, and creating momentum. It optimizes your cognitive readiness, making you more responsive to opportunities and challenges, and enhancing your ability to translate intentions into decisive actions toward achieving your goals. Interrupting negative thoughts. Counting down serves as a powerful tool to interrupt the stream of negative thoughts, doubts, or excuses that commonly arise when faced with a task or goal. These thoughts can quickly undermine your initial motivation and contribute to procrastination. Here's a deeper look into how the countdown technique effectively redirects your mental energy. Disrupting patterns of procrastination. When you decide to count down starting from 5 and progressing to 1, you create a deliberate interruption in the thought patterns associated with hesitation. These patterns often include doubts about your abilities, fears of failure, or concerns about the difficulty of the task ahead. By initiating the countdown, you break the cycle of overthinking and self-doubt that can paralyze your actions. Shifting focus. The act of counting down directs your focus away from negative thoughts and toward the simple act of counting. This redirection of mental energy prevents you from dwelling on potential obstacles or anxieties that might prevent you from taking action. Instead of allowing these thoughts to dominate your mindset, you actively engage in a structured and purposeful activity, the countdown itself. Creating a clear decision point. The countdown serves as a clear decision point to move forward. Each number -5, 4, 3, 2, 1 reinforces your commitment and determination to overcome hesitation. It transforms abstract intentions into concrete steps toward action, providing a tangible framework to initiate and maintain momentum. For example, imagine you've been putting off starting a challenging project at work due to concerns about its complexity. As you sit at your desk contemplating the task, negative thoughts begin to surface. What if I'm not capable of completing this? Or it's too overwhelming to begin right now. Instead of succumbing to these doubts, you implement the 5-second countdown. As you count down, you actively divert your attention away from these negative thoughts and toward the countdown itself. By the time you reach 1, you're ready to take the first step, breaking through the mental barriers that previously held you back. In summary, interrupting negative thoughts through countdowns is a strategic method to overcome procrastination and enhance productivity. By disrupting patterns of hesitation, shifting focus away from doubts, and creating a clear decision point, the countdown technique empowers you to redirect mental energy toward action. It's a practical tool to cultivate decisiveness, build resilience against distractions, and achieve meaningful progress toward your goals. Creating a clear signal. The countdown serves as a clear, decisive signal to your brain that action is imminent, facilitating a swift transition from intention to execution. This signal plays a crucial role in reducing ambiguity and hesitation by providing a structured framework for immediate action. Clear decision point. When you initiate the countdown starting from 5 and counting down to 1, it creates a definitive moment of decision. This clarity removes ambiguity about whether or not to proceed with the intended action. Each number in the countdown reinforces your commitment and prepares you mentally to take the next step. It shifts your focus from deliberation to decisive action, minimizing the opportunity for indecision or second-guessing. Reducing overthinking. The countdown overrides the tendency to overthink or analyze the situation excessively. These behaviors often lead to procrastination or inaction as you become mired in uncertainties or perceived obstacles. By implementing the countdown, you interrupt this cycle of overthinking and redirect your mental energy toward the concrete task of counting down. This shift in focus promotes a mindset geared toward action rather than hesitation. Promoting immediate engagement. As you count down, each number serves as a prompt to move forward. It creates a sense of urgency and commitment, compelling you to act promptly once the countdown reaches 1. This structured approach harnesses the power of momentum. Once you initiate action, it becomes easier to maintain momentum and continue progressing toward your goal. For example, consider a situation where you need to start a challenging project at work. As you sit down at your desk, you may feel overwhelmed by the scope of the task or uncertain about where to begin. Instead of allowing these doubts to derail your efforts, you implement the 5-second countdown. As you count down -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you mentally prepare yourself to take the first actionable step, such as opening the project file or outlining key tasks. By the time you reach 1, you're already engaged in productive activity, propelled by the clarity and decisiveness of the countdown signal. In summary, creating a clear signal through countdowns is an effective strategy to reduce ambiguity, minimize hesitation, and promote immediate engagement. By establishing a definitive moment of decision and overriding tendencies to overthink, the countdown technique empowers you to swiftly transition from intention to action. It's a practical tool to enhance productivity, build momentum, and achieve meaningful progress toward your goals. In the example of starting a new exercise routine in the mornings, the application of the 5-second rule illustrates how this technique can effectively overcome initial reluctance and facilitate immediate action. Overcoming initial resistance when your alarm goes off in the morning, the temptation to stay in bed can be strong, especially if you're feeling tired or unsure about your commitment to starting a new exercise routine. These initial responses are often driven by the comfort of staying in a warm bed and the inertia of maintaining the status quo. Implementing the 5-second rule, where you count down from 5 to 1, introduces a structured intervention that disrupts these automatic responses. Here's a deeper look into how this technique works to overcome initial resistance. Interrupting automatic responses, the 5-second countdown serves as a deliberate interruption to your automatic response of staying in bed. When the alarm rings, your first instinct might be to hit the snooze button or rationalize why you should stay put. By initiating the countdown, you create a brief window of opportunity to interrupt these automatic thoughts and behaviors. Creating a decision moment, each number in the countdown -5, 4, 3, 2, 1 represents a decisive moment where you mentally prepare yourself to take action. As you count down, you shift your focus away from the comfort of staying in bed and towards the goal of starting your exercise routine. This structured approach transforms vague intentions into concrete steps towards behavior change. Activating motivation and commitment, the countdown activates your motivation and commitment to your goal. It reinforces the importance of taking action immediately rather than succumbing to excuses or delaying the task. This activation of motivation helps to overcome the initial inertia and reluctance that often accompany starting something new. Building momentum by physically getting out of bed and starting your exercise routine as soon as the countdown reaches 1, you initiate a positive momentum. This momentum can carry you through the rest of your routine and set a proactive tone for the day ahead. It reinforces the belief that you have the ability to overcome challenges and achieve your goals through structured, intentional action. In summary, implementing the 5-second rule effectively interrupts automatic responses, creates decisive moments for action, activates motivation, and builds momentum towards achieving your goals. It's a powerful technique for overcoming initial resistance and establishing positive habits that support your long-term success and well-being. Reinforcing commitment, each number in the countdown plays a crucial role in strengthening your commitment to your goal of starting a new exercise routine. As you engage in the 5-second countdown from 5 down to 1, you undergo a mental process that prepares you to take action and shifts your focus in several significant ways. 1. Cognitive preparation. The countdown serves as a cognitive preparation phase. As you begin counting down, your mind transitions from a state of inertia or hesitation to a proactive mindset geared towards action. This mental shift is essential because it prepares you psychologically to physically get out of bed and start exercising. 2. Focus and clarity. Each number in the countdown acts as a focal point that directs your attention away from negative thoughts or excuses. Instead of dwelling on thoughts like "I'm too tired" or "I'll do it later," you concentrate on the simple task of counting down. This focus helps to clear mental clutter and increases clarity about the immediate action you need to take getting out of bed and beginning your workout. 3. Commitment reinforcement. The act of counting down reinforces your commitment to your goal. It transforms your initial intention into a tangible, structured process of readiness. Each descending number reaffirms your determination and strengthens your resolve to follow through with your plan despite any initial reluctance or obstacles. 4. Immediate action orientation. By the time you reach 1 in the countdown, you are mentally prepared and oriented towards immediate action. This readiness minimizes the likelihood of procrastination or further delay. It creates a sense of urgency and decisiveness that propels you out of bed and into motion, setting the stage for successfully starting your exercise routine. For instance, when your alarm goes off and you start the countdown, you actively engage in this process of commitment reinforcement. Each number reinforces your determination to prioritize your health and fitness goals. It shifts your mindset from contemplation to action, guiding your behavior towards positive habits and consistent progress. In summary, the 5-second countdown effectively reinforces commitment by preparing you mentally, focusing your attention, and orienting you towards immediate action. It transforms abstract intentions into concrete steps, empowering you to overcome initial resistance and achieve your goals with greater consistency and determination. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination frequently originates from overthinking or fear of failure, both of which can paralyze progress towards goals. The 5-second countdown technique effectively addresses these barriers by promoting immediate action and bypassing mental obstacles that contribute to delay. Interrupting overthinking when faced with a task, particularly one perceived as challenging or intimidating. The tendency to overthink can be overwhelming. Overthinking often involves dwelling on potential pitfalls, uncertainties, or the magnitude of the effort required. By initiating the 5-second countdown, you interrupt this cycle of overthinking. The countdown acts as a structured intervention that shifts your focus from ruminating on potential negative outcomes to a clear, decisive moment for action. Committing to physical movement. The countdown includes a commitment to physically move at its conclusion. This commitment is pivotal because it bridges the gap between intention and action. By committing to move, whether it's getting out of bed, starting a task, or making a phone call, you preemptively reduce the opportunity for further deliberation or procrastination. This physical action serves as an initial step that propels you forward and initiates momentum towards completing the task at hand. Creating momentum. Immediate physical action triggered by the countdown creates momentum. Momentum refers to the force or speed of movement gained by action. Once you begin moving, you are more likely to continue progressing towards your goal. This initial push disrupts inertia and encourages sustained effort, thereby reducing the likelihood of stalling or delaying the task due to hesitation or doubt. Harnessing the brain's power. The 5-second rule effectively utilizes the brain's prefrontal cortex to facilitate decision-making and planning, overriding the influence of the limbic system. which governs emotions and instinctive reactions. Prefrontal cortex activation. The prefrontal cortex, located at the front of the brain, is crucial for higher-order cognitive functions such as decision-making, planning, and goal-setting. When you implement the 5-second rule, you effectively engage this region of the brain to facilitate prompt action and strategic thinking. Decision-making and planning. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for complex decision-making processes. It integrates information from various brain regions, evaluates potential outcomes, and selects the most appropriate course of action based on goals and priorities. By employing the 5-second rule, which involves counting down from 5 to 1 to initiate action, you activate the prefrontal cortex. This activation enhances your ability to make deliberate decisions and plan effectively, guiding you towards productive behaviors aligned with your objectives. Goal setting and motivation. In addition to decision-making, the prefrontal cortex plays a pivotal role in setting and pursuing goals. It helps you define clear objectives, establish timelines, and allocate resources to achieve desired outcomes. When you count down and commit to action, you stimulate this brain region to reinforce your commitment to your goals. This activation boosts motivation and perseverance, enabling you to maintain focus and overcome obstacles that may arise during the pursuit of your goals. Enhancing cognitive control. The prefrontal cortex supports cognitive control by regulating attention, inhibiting impulsive responses, and maintaining working memory. When you engage this region through the 5-second rule, you enhance your ability to stay focused on the task at hand and resist distractions or temptations that could derail your progress. This heightened cognitive control facilitates sustained effort towards achieving long-term objectives, promoting consistency and resilience in the face of challenges. Preventing limbic system override. The limbic system, situated deep within the brain, is responsible for processing emotions, instincts, and basic survival responses. It can exert a powerful influence over behavior by prioritizing immediate emotional reactions over rational decision-making. Implementing the 5-second rule introduces a structured approach that helps mitigate the limbic system's potential to override reasoned actions. Emotional and instinctive processing. The limbic system includes structures like the amygdala and hippocampus, which are central to emotional responses and memory formation. When faced with challenging tasks or decisions, these emotional responses can trigger avoidance behaviors or impulsive actions aimed at reducing discomfort or anxiety. Structured intervention. By counting down from 5 to 1 as part of the 5-second rule, you create a structured intervention that interrupts the limbic system's automatic responses. This brief countdown period provides a window of opportunity to shift focus away from emotional impulses and towards deliberate action. It promotes a moment of cognitive engagement where you can choose to act in alignment with your goals rather than react based solely on emotional cues. Promoting rational decision-making. The 5-second rule encourages you to engage the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for rational thinking and decision-making. This activation helps balance emotional responses by considering long-term consequences and strategic planning. By making deliberate choices through the countdown process, you strengthen your ability to overcome emotional barriers and maintain a proactive approach to achieving objectives. For example, when faced with a daunting task that triggers anxiety or uncertainty, initiating the 5-second countdown allows you to momentarily disengage from emotional discomfort. As you count down, you engage cognitive processes that support reasoned action and goal-directed behavior. This structured approach minimizes the limbic system's influence over decision-making, empowering you to tackle challenges with clarity and determination. Enhancing cognitive control, engaging the prefrontal cortex through immediate action is instrumental in enhancing cognitive control, which enables you to maintain focus on your objectives and navigate challenges effectively. Prefrontal cortex function. The prefrontal cortex is integral to higher-order cognitive functions such as decision-making, problem-solving, and planning. When you initiate action promptly using the 5-second rule, you activate this region of the brain. This activation allows you to exert conscious control over your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, which is crucial for overcoming distractions and staying committed to your goals. Managing emotional responses. Immediate action triggered by the 5-second rule helps manage emotional responses that may otherwise interfere with goal pursuit. Emotions such as fear, doubt, or anxiety can lead to procrastination or indecision. By engaging the prefrontal cortex, you enhance your ability to regulate these emotions and maintain a clear focus on the steps needed to achieve your objectives. Overcoming procrastination. Cognitive control facilitated by prefrontal cortex activation is essential for overcoming procrastination. Procrastination often stems from the avoidance of discomfort or uncertainty associated with tasks. But by making a decisive move after counting down, you break the cycle of hesitation and initiate productive behavior. This proactive approach builds momentum and reinforces positive habits, reducing the tendency to delay important actions. Making effective decisions. Heightened cognitive control enables you to make more effective decisions aligned with your long-term goals. It allows you to weigh alternatives, consider consequences, and prioritize tasks based on their importance and impact. This strategic decision-making process fosters efficiency and progress, ensuring that your efforts are directed towards meaningful outcomes. For example, when faced with a challenging project at work, the 5-second rule can help you overcome initial hesitation. As you count down, you engage your prefrontal cortex to focus on the task's requirements and commit to taking the first step. This action-oriented mindset minimizes distractions and enhances your ability to maintain sustained effort towards completing the project. Building confidence. The practice of using the 5-second rule to initiate action not only facilitates immediate progress but also nurtures long-term confidence and self-discipline through repeated reinforcement. Pattern of decisiveness. Each instance of using the 5-second rule to initiate action contributes to establishing a consistent pattern of decisiveness, which is instrumental in enhancing personal effectiveness and achieving long-term goals. Clear decision-making. The 5-second rule prompts you to make a clear decision to act within a short time frame. This decision-making process involves overcoming initial hesitations or doubts by committing to immediate action. By counting down from 5 to 1, you create a structured approach that interrupts procrastination and activates a mindset focused on moving forward. The commitment to action. Following through with action after counting down reinforces your commitment to the task at hand. It transforms vague intentions into concrete steps towards achieving your goals. This commitment is crucial because it aligns your actions with your aspirations, fostering a sense of purpose and direction in your endeavors. Consistently applying the 5-second rule builds momentum in your efforts. Each successful instance of overcoming resistance and initiating action strengthens your belief in your ability to tackle challenges effectively. This momentum propels you forward, making it easier to sustain motivation and persistence over time. Overcoming doubts and obstacles over time. The pattern of decisiveness instilled by the 5-second rule helps you overcome doubts and obstacles more effectively. By practicing decisive action, you develop resilience in the face of setbacks. and setbacks. Self-discipline development. Implementing the 5-second rule is a powerful exercise in cultivating and strengthening self-discipline, which is fundamental to achieving long-term personal growth and success. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is a common barrier to productivity and goal attainment. The 5-second rule provides a structured method to combat procrastination by prompting immediate action. Instead of allowing doubts or discomfort to delay progress, you count down from 5 to 1 and physically initiate the task. This deliberate act interrupts the tendency to procrastinate and reinforces the habit of taking action promptly. Prioritizing long-term goals. The 5-second rule encourages you to prioritize long-term goals over immediate gratification or avoidance of discomfort. It shifts your focus from short-term distractions or temporary comfort to the larger objectives you aim to achieve. By consistently applying this technique, you train yourself to make decisions based on what will contribute to your long-term success, rather than succumbing to impulses or momentary desires. Building consistency. Consistency is key to developing self-discipline. Through repeated practice of the 5-second rule, you establish a pattern of consistent behavior. Each time you use this technique to overcome resistance and take action, you reinforce the habit of disciplined decision-making and execution. This builds momentum and reinforces your commitment to personal and professional growth. Strengthening resilience. Self-discipline developed through the 5-second rule enhances your resilience in facing challenges. It equips you with the mindset and skills to persevere through obstacles and setbacks, maintaining focus on your goals despite difficulties that may arise along the way. This resilience is essential for sustaining motivation and progress over the long term. For example, when faced with a daunting task or a situation that requires stepping out of your comfort zone, applying the 5-second rule trains you to act decisively. This practice strengthens your ability to maintain discipline, prioritize effectively, and stay committed to achieving meaningful goals, contributing to your overall personal growth and success. Strengthening resolve. The 5-second rule not only facilitates immediate action but also contributes significantly to building resilience and fortitude over time, thereby enhancing your ability to confront future challenges with confidence and determination. Accumulating experiences. Each time you successfully apply the 5-second rule to overcome initial resistance and take decisive action, you accumulate valuable experiences. These experiences serve as evidence of your capability to navigate obstacles and achieve results through proactive behavior. With each instance of overcoming hesitation, whether it's starting a difficult task or initiating a conversation, you reinforce your belief in your ability to handle challenges effectively. Building confidence. Success breeds confidence. As you consistently use the 5-second rule to tackle tasks and goals, you develop a sense of self-assurance in your skills and capabilities. This confidence is not limited to specific achievements, but extends to a broader belief in your capacity to tackle new challenges and pursue ambitious aspirations. It cultivates a positive mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be avoided. Cultivating optimism and determination. The confidence gained from successfully applying the 5-second rule fosters optimism and determination. It instills a proactive approach to problem solving and goal achievement, where setbacks are viewed as temporary setbacks rather than insurmountable barriers. This mindset shift enables you to confront future challenges with resilience, maintaining focus on solutions and progress despite difficulties that may arise. Establishing a growth mindset over time. The consistent use of the 5-second rule helps establish a growth mindset. A growth mindset emphasizes continuous learning, resilience, and the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort. By accumulating experiences of overcoming challenges, you reinforce this mindset, fostering a willingness to embrace new opportunities and adapt to changing circumstances. For example, each time you use the 5-second rule to start a challenging project or step outside your comfort zone, you strengthen your resolve. The satisfaction of overcoming initial doubts or fears reinforces your determination to pursue future goals with vigor and optimism. This iterative process builds a foundation of resilience and confidence, empowering you to approach life's endeavors with a proactive and resilient attitude. Positive feedback loop. The 5-second rule initiates a positive feedback loop that amplifies personal growth and fosters a proactive mindset through repeated cycles of action and achievement. Initiating action. The 5-second rule serves as a catalyst for initiating action. By counting down and committing to act within a brief time frame, you overcome initial resistance and start tasks or pursue goals promptly. This proactive behavior sets the stage for potential success and positive outcomes. Experiencing positive outcomes. Taking action through the 5-second rule often leads to positive outcomes. Whether it's completing a task, achieving a milestone, or overcoming a challenge, each success reinforces your belief in your abilities and affirms the effectiveness of decisive action. These positive outcomes contribute to a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Building confidence. Success breeds confidence. As you repeatedly use the 5-second rule to achieve desired outcomes, your confidence in your capabilities grows. This increased self-assurance extends beyond specific achievements and permeates your overall approach to challenges and opportunities. Confidence empowers you to tackle increasingly difficult tasks or pursue ambitious goals with determination and optimism. Enhancing motivation. Confidence and positive outcomes enhance motivation. The satisfaction derived from accomplishing tasks fuels your desire to continue taking action and striving for further success. This heightened motivation encourages persistence and resilience in the face of setbacks, fostering a proactive attitude towards personal and professional growth. Accelerating personal growth. The positive feedback loop generated by the 5-second rule accelerates personal growth. Each cycle of action, success, confidence building, and enhanced motivation propels you forward on your journey of self-improvement. Over time, this iterative process expands your capabilities, broadens your experiences, and strengthens your ability to tackle challenges effectively. For example, suppose you consistently use the 5-second rule to start your day with a productive routine, such as exercise or tackling important tasks. Each morning that you successfully initiate action and achieve your goals reinforces the belief that you can handle challenges effectively. This positive reinforcement fuels your motivation to continue pursuing ambitious objectives, thereby accelerating your personal growth and fostering a proactive mindset. Creating accountability. Accountability is a powerful tool for achieving goals by leveraging external support and commitment. Enhanced motivation and commitment. Sharing your goals with someone you trust or joining a group creates a sense of accountability. Knowing that others are aware of your objectives can significantly boost your motivation to stay on track. The psychological impact of accountability helps reinforce your commitment by adding a layer of external pressure and expectation. Support and encouragement. Accountability partners or groups provide support and encouragement throughout your journey. They offer valuable insights, advice, and encouragement during challenging times. This support system can help you navigate obstacles, stay focused on your goals, and maintain momentum when motivation wanes. Sense of responsibility. Accountability fosters a sense of responsibility towards your goals. When you share your intentions with others, you establish a mutual expectation of progress and achievement. This mutual commitment encourages you to follow through on your commitments and take proactive steps towards success. Reduced likelihood of procrastination. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals can reduce the temptation to procrastinate or skip essential tasks. Accountability partners or group members provide a form of social pressure that encourages consistent effort and discourages procrastination. Rewarding yourself. Incorporating rewards into your goal-setting process can enhance motivation and make achieving milestones more enjoyable and sustainable. Enhancing motivation. Rewards serve as incentives that reinforce positive behaviors and achievements. When you set specific milestones and reward yourself upon reaching them, you create a positive association with progress and accomplishment. This can boost your motivation to stay committed to your goals, especially during challenging or monotonous periods. Celebrating achievements. Celebrating small milestones provides a sense of accomplishment and encouragement. Recognizing your progress, no matter how small, helps maintain momentum and keeps your spirits high. This positive reinforcement acknowledges your efforts and reinforces the importance of consistent action towards larger goals. Creating enjoyable experiences. Rewards don't have to be extravagant. They can be simple pleasures that bring joy or relaxation. Taking breaks, enjoying a favorite treat, or indulging in activities you love can serve as effective rewards. These experiences provide moments of enjoyment and rejuvenation, making the journey towards your goals more fulfilling and sustainable. Sustaining long-term commitment. Incorporating regular rewards into your goal-setting strategy helps sustain long-term commitment. By celebrating achievements along the way, you cultivate a positive cycle of progress and reinforcement. This approach encourages consistency and resilience, as you are motivated by both the anticipation of rewards and the satisfaction of achieving milestones. For example, if your goal is to maintain a week of healthy eating, rewarding yourself with a movie night can be a meaningful incentive. This simple yet enjoyable experience acknowledges your dedication to your health goals and provides a well-deserved break. Such rewards not only celebrate your achievement, but also encourage continued adherence to healthy habits. The power of consistency. Consistency is a foundational principle that drives the formation of habits and ultimately leads to significant progress and achievement over time. In formation of habits, consistency is crucial because habits are formed through repeated actions. By consistently engaging in a behavior, whether it's practicing a new skill, exercising, or studying, you reinforce neural pathways in the brain associated with that activity. Over time, these reinforced pathways make the behavior more automatic and less effortful, transforming it into a habit that becomes ingrained in your daily routine. Incremental progress. Consistent action may seem incremental in the short term, but it accumulates over time to yield substantial results. Each small effort contributes to the overall momentum towards achieving your goals. Whether it's learning a new language, improving fitness, or advancing in a career, consistent daily practices compound and lead to noticeable improvements and achievements. Building discipline and resilience. Consistency builds discipline and resilience by fostering the mindset of commitment and perseverance. It requires dedication to maintain regular efforts, despite obstacles or distractions. Overcoming challenges and setbacks through consistent action strengthens your resilience and reinforces your determination to stay on course towards your objectives. Long-term success consistency is the cornerstone of long-term success. By committing to daily practices and maintaining steady progress, you create a sustainable path towards achieving your aspirations. The cumulative effect of consistent efforts amplifies your ability to reach milestones, exceed expectations, and sustain growth over extended periods. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, practicing a little every day is more effective than sporadic, intensive sessions. Consistently engaging in language practice, even for short durations, reinforces vocabulary retention, grammar understanding, and fluency development over time. This consistent effort ensures steady progress and gradual mastery of the language, leading to significant improvements in proficiency. In conclusion, forcing yourself to take action requires understanding your barriers, creating motivation, and implementing practical strategies. Start small, stay accountable, and celebrate your wins. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to me and helps me create more content like this. Don't forget to share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. They might just need that extra push to take action and make a positive change in their lives. I'll be back soon with more valuable insights and tips. Until next time, take care and keep striving for your goals. Remember, every step forward counts. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.